The Ford Territory is one of the best-selling crossovers in the last year. Between its launch back in August 2020 until July 2021, it sold more than 5,000 units. If you want to buy a Ford Territory right now, you'd have to go through a long waiting list. After driving the Ford Territory for almost a week last year, this news isn't very surprising to me. I think it's one of the best crossovers for the money. In this video, we'll try to come up with a list of reasons why the Ford Territory is selling very well. Let's start with number 1. Reason number 1, it's a handsome looking crossover. Some have compared it to the Range Rover Evoque, and that's not at all a bad vehicle to be compared to. It looks classy with a sprinkling of macho. Straight, upswept lines give it a dynamic look, and these massive fender bulges and this very determined looking face give it a more macho look. First impressions count, and you get a good impression of the Ford Territory before you even step inside of it. Reason number 2, the interior is one of the nicest in its segment. If not the best looking, I'd say it's within the top 2. It looks mature, it looks classy, and it looks borderline luxurious. And that goes not just for the top of the line model, even the base model looks luxurious. Literally, the only difference are the wood panels, the digital instrument cluster. The top of the line model gets more tech features, but visually they're almost identical. Almost all the materials are soft touch. You get plenty of leather, you get plenty of aluminum looking accents. It looks like it belongs to a more expensive European car brand. Third reason, the Ford Territory is the most high-tech and most feature-packed crossover in its price bracket. It's the only crossover that you can buy at this price that comes with active safety features like adaptive cruise control and automatic emergency braking. You'd have to spend at least 1.9 million pesos if you want those features on another crossover. It also has lane departure warning, blind spot monitoring. In addition, it also has wireless phone charging. It also has a 360 camera. It has dual zone climate control, and it has automatic parking. Parking's not found. We're gonna put it in reverse, like so. And then, okay, I'm not doing anything, just stepping on the brakes. It is, without question, the most high-tech crossover under 1.4 million. At this price, the Ford Territory is exclusively competing against Chinese car brands. Japanese brands are either more expensive or vastly inferior to the Ford Territory. And now we all know that the Ford Territory is based on a Chinese model, but it carries the Ford badge. Now, I've praised Chinese brands like Geely. I think they're making excellent products in the Philippines. But as a brand, Ford is Ford. It's a company that's over 120 years old, sells cars in almost every continent except for Antarctica, and everyone from boomer to zoomer knows about it. That gives the Ford Territory an advantage over Chinese car brands, which are relatively new in the country. By the way, the Ford Territory is based on the Yusheng S330, but they have different features, different transmissions, and different interiors. So if you think that this is a Yusheng S330 with a different badge, it's more than just that. Next reason is its excellent value for money. Prior to the DTI safeguard duties, the Ford Territory was selling at 1.29 million pesos. Now, even with the safeguard duties, it's only selling for 1.3. Now that is a ridiculously low price for what the Ford Territory offers. Even though it's a Ford, a mainstream car brand, it's priced about the same as a lot of Chinese crossovers, and it offers a lot more features. I think in terms of value for money, the Ford Territory is one of the best out there. Now this reason also falls under the third reason, but because it's so important, I'm gonna give it its own section. The Ford Territory is the only crossover at this price that comes with active safety features. Now there's passive safety and there's active safety. Passive safety reduces your chances of getting injured if you get into an accident. Now that covers airbags, crumple zones, etc. Active safety, on the other hand, tries to prevent an accident from happening in the first place. And I think this might be one of the most important set of features on the Ford Territory. It has automatic emergency braking. So let's say you were distracted and you didn't step on the brakes on time. The vehicle will automatically apply the brakes for you. It also has lane departure warning, which warns you if you're going off your lane. It has blind spot warning, which alerts you if you have a vehicle in your blind spot. And it also has adaptive cruise control. It's a very sophisticated system, and you'd have to spend at least 1.7 million pesos if you want these features on another crossover. The next reason, it's a good size. It's actually not that much bigger than the Coolray, but it's a lot more spacious. The Ford Territory has one of the most spacious second row seats in its category. I think it's small enough not to be intimidating to new car owners. Based on the pages that I visit, a lot of Territory owners are first-time car owners. It's a good size for young owners who might not have a family yet, or those who have a small family. For what it's supposed to do, it's neither too big nor too small. And the next reason is YouTube. It is now the age of the internet, and with data getting cheaper and cheaper, people now would rather watch videos than look at photos or text. I think most people, including me, are not that trustful of ads, and if given the choice, would rather watch independent videos of actual owners or independent car reviews. And the Territory has a lot of independently uploaded videos on YouTube. There are some popular vloggers who own the Territory, and there are also a lot of independent car reviews. Not that I'm bragging, but my 4 videos on the Ford Territory have a combined 200,000 views, and at least according to the comments, some of those views have been converted into sales. By the way, when we get car landouts, we are under no obligation to say only positive things about a car. We can say anything we want, we can even bash it, but because it's such an impressive vehicle, almost all the reviews about it are positive. The next reason is that, like the Geely Coolray, the Ford Territory is also a very well-targeted crossover. A lot of those who buy the Ford Territory are millennials and young professionals. And for those demographics, I think the Ford Territory is very well spec'd. It looks stylish, it looks chic, it's like a gadget with plenty of electronic toys. It has that wow factor that draws in the younger crowd. The Territory's design looks a bit more mature compared to the Geely Coolray, but I think it still appeals to a younger demographic. The next reason, there's a very active community behind the Ford Territory. Among the crossovers that I've reviewed, the Ford Territory has one of the most active communities online. Not only are they active online, they also organize club meets. When you have a group of owners who are proud of their vehicles, it's contagious, and it helps promote the vehicle through word of mouth. So there you go. Those are the 10 reasons why I think the Ford Territory is selling very well. If you disagree with my list, or if you want to add anything, type them in the comments below.